Alright, welcome back to another video of Pickleball. I'll be reviewing another game of Ben Johns. This is going to be game 3. As you can see, they've lost 2 games, 11-9, 11-9. So, a little bit disappointed, but let's analyze this game. Let's get into it.
Both things just snuck in there at the perfect moments. Have to deal with adversity with Ben. They've been playing very well together. Now what happens down 0-2?
Big serve to the line. 100 options right here. What does he do? Go for a speed up. He speeds it up at CJ Klinger, zinc right hip. So Ben Johnson has said this before. He usually likes speeding up at a person's right hip, but I think this works better against people who are right-handed because you could easily chicken wing them better. But since CJ Klinger is left-handed, it's a little bit harder to kind of jam him up. That's why he gets a pretty good counter here. Anyways, back to thinking. Oh my god. Yeah,
That's not good
did not
news
expect that.
as his first trigger pull goes deep.
Like, a lot of times the right side player is like, usually they should be more passive about doing aggressive shots, but since Tardio has a very aggressive style, he goes for a pretty aggressive flick here, but it doesn't pay off. Personally, I like it when the left side player generates offense because you get a lot more. I don't know.
Trigger pull goes
the
deep.
when his forehand speed up, it's like a lot more stronger. But it's Gabe Tardio. Who knows? Okay.
Ben Johns hitting that one with purpose and getting some
that's just
frustration
unlucky.
out as well.
Yeah, that wasn't just your standard neighborhood.
Deep serve, deep return, goes for drive drop.
Nice third.
Unfortunate slut. A lot of movement, yeah. So, this shot gets a lot more complex the more you have. There's a lot more movement. So Ben Johns takes the middle right side. Normally, I thought Gabe Tardio takes that, but I guess they've discussed it maybe. But Ben Johns has to cover his line. And he's moving at the same time. Honestly, it looks really nice. Like, it looks like he was in motion and like he had the form down. But yeah, just off the tape.
Nice third. Not a good sign for Ben Johns.
He doesn't miss
doubles
those.
finals appearances this season, Dave. In men's doubles, Johns and Tardio lead the way with 6.
Yeah, deep
Klinger
serve,
with
deep
3, and
return
Johnson
again.
with 2.
That wasn't out?
Just catches.
Okay. Backhand. Backhand. The middle. Backhand. That's kind of crazy why he starts doing that. Yeah, like you would think. Okay, well, before that, right here I want to discuss that Ben Johns usually doesn't do this type of shot where he goes from middle to sideline, and guess unless it's like usually against a left-handed player, because it goes straight to the back end and he can't really find offense. See, CJ Klinger is like foot is back, is lunging backwards, and yeah, normally if it's a right side player, he doesn't really, he goes maybe middle, around the middle area, or back to left side backhand, left side player backhand. I wonder why he's going for this a lot more than usual. Like a lot more than usual.
That's deep from Tardio. Side out, and Johnson and Klinger
very,
looking
very
to complete the
aggressive.
Cinderella story here in Atlanta.
And that's the shot that Gabe makes all day long, just not going in, not dropping for him.
Like, even if it goes in, is he not going to be punished by Klinger? Like, Klinger's ready, right? Okay, well, I feel like they're both ready, but just like that's a shoulder
the
height.
Cinderella story here in Atlanta.
And that's the shot that Gabe makes all day long, just not going in, not dropping for him.
Beautiful drop.
That one out of here, says Ben Johns.
Yeah. Not the best
And,
speed up.
That triple crown possibility.
It goes for
is
Ben
big
John's
to
left
Ben here.
shoulder,
Now
but
he knows he's
yeah,
got
he
to
has
bring everything to get his
anticipation
squad
is
back
off the
into this
charts.
one, let alone the
Short
singles
hop.
match later.
Gabe Tardio wants to take this middle ball. Yeah. Backhand. Being a little more gentle with it. Yeah, I like this middle to middle thing. The one that Johnson does. Very underrated. Like this type of shot is the reason why it's safe. Like usually when you hit it towards middle, it's like usually it's unsafe because the net is lower and it's easier for the other side to like speed it up. But in this case, how he hits it from middle to middle is there's a lot of space between the two guys, and like Ben Johnson has to reach a little bit forward, and if he speeds it up, he's just gonna get destroyed. And overall, it's like hitting a back. It's like hitting towards a backhand shot against the opponent. But yeah, so if you don't have if you want to expand your options, middle to middle dink is pretty good. Yeah, middle to middle. Yeah, it's pretty safe.
In middle again, the pattern here in the
Very
dink.
safe dink.
Until Ben Johns gets
well.
involved. Middle again, the pattern
Most
here
of
in
the time it's
dink.
safe. Most of the time. But yeah, it also doesn't get the full counter here.
Until Ben Johns gets involved on a high opportunity.
Like the
Throws it down.
bad side that
Good-
it's easier to
good
speed it up.
opportunity
Good
there,
side is
and,
that it's generally safe.
Just too much Ben Johns.
Should be generally safe on that.
Because J-Dub got to look at something there, but you're not going to win all those, and then just calamity in the center of the court there.
Probably like missed a split step or
All
something,
the-
or got a little bit slower to the kitchen.
J-Dub got to look at something there.
Running, splits, and then yeah,
You're
just
not gonna win.
mistimes it. Okay.
1-1-1.
Drive, drop. For a lot of topspin. Like this type of shot, it's pretty much a free shot to the kitchen after the fifth shot drop because the amount of topspin Ben Johns goes for a very brushing shot. Like I've been thinking about this a lot, and the drives usually when you drive a ball, it's like you hit in front of you and you go like a lot of power. This one he brushes up with a lot of topspin and like dips below the net. And this type of shot, you should have your, if it's this good, you want your teammate to like kind of poach like in the center kitchen, because there's no way they're punishing this shot. This is the like one of the best shots, best third shot drives. Yeah, free. It's pretty much a free kitchen. Another one, same shot I think, to left shoulder. Yeah, but he gets it down, but yeah. So Ben Johns, you can see right here that after he gets the first one, he thought he goes forehand, but he changes his mind midway and goes backhand again.
That first shot
Tough
from
one.
CJ to take it
As-
coming cross court and
Like the
then
higher level you
send
get,
it back the other
the
way
higher
is
level you
just
get, the better it
ridiculous.
is to sit backhand because it comes at your body so often, and it's very easy to switch to
Attacking
forehand.
and targeting Ben a lot.
Big dink to the backhand. Backhand? Yeah. Just safe. So safe. So safe.
Wow.
Gets it this time.
What a find for Gabe Tardio, and
Oh,
that's
he actually hit the sideline. This cross court speed up is
what a find for Gabe Tardio, and that's why they avoid the forehand.
generally
side.
like cross court speed ups are not recommended, but if you're like this good at it, I
Can
guess.
come from
Yeah.
it. It hasn't been
2-1-2.
consistent in this match, and that's
It's like
why
a
they're
2 feet
down.
in.
But that's what can happen. Wow.
Oh,
Oh my god.
CJ Klinger, how to get it back?
Yeah, again, I'm not seeing this game,
2 feet behind him.
but judging from this video's
1-2-1.
length, I already know
Look at
who
this.
wins. Let's do see a. Wow, nice reset.
Oh my, they're just not missing.
Yeah, I think this is probably right or losing, just a fundamental, fundies.
1-2-2.
Goes for Johnson, goes for the 2E drop instead of the backhand slice drop, which I love. This one is aggressive towards the person getting to the kitchen. Yeah, so this shot usually gets a lot of people. It gets, so I know, like the higher level you get, people love doing aggressive drops towards the person's backhand coming to the kitchen. So this, in this case, is Ben Johns. You can see, like, even the highest level players do have a tough time. Like, this type of shot is very tough to make in. Like, you're slicing a drop that has a lot of topspin, and you're like, you're stepping back, you're fading away, and even if it's a little bit up, like, you have two people in the kitchen ready to kill this ball, and even if it's a little bit high, this shot is gonna destroy your partner, or just it's gonna get crushed. But yeah, Ben Johns is well prepared for that.
Point.
And on the other side, they are. Johnson and Klinger tie it up early.
And yeah, that's like a chicken wing shot to a flick. Yeah.
Point.
And on the other
Almost
side, they
chicken
are.
wing.
Johnson and Klinger tie it up early.
Yeah, right hip is a really strong shot to hit for speed up.
I'll recall. 2-2-2.
There it is. So strong. More safe shots. More safe shots. 2E dinks. Nice. Wow.
TP defended. It's off the tape. Klinger's there.
Yeah.
No, what a
Yeah. Johnson does the 2E dink. Usually, I think he recently, I mean, like a few months ago, he started adding these 2E dinks. Looks pretty good, honestly, but it looks like he pushes it a little bit forward, and yeah, if it, you know when it's ATPable when a guy is like thinking cross court and it lands like a feet next to the sideline, you can go for the ATP. Yeah, and he does one of those side slice push drop ATP.
It's off the tape. Klinger's there.
Again, and Ben Johns' first speed up.
Ben Johns goes back to the well down the line.
Klinger is not there, however. What a shot.
Yeah, interesting way. It's actually pretty strong, actually, because I don't know. Normally, you could tell where he's aiming at by like where his shoulder's aiming and where his body is positioned. Like this angle is, there's no way he's digging back like towards this side. So Johnson should have covered more middle, and I think CJ Klinger should have just defended line. Yeah.
Keep adding that
Yeah.
to
even if it's an aggressive dink. So this shot here, when Johnson covers middle, I know he's afraid of this like aggressive shot that comes down here. But if you watch Ben Johns play, he would stand like right in the middle. And even if Ben Johns hits a very aggressive sideline dink here, he should be able to have the reaction and the footwork to take like one step or two steps, and just two big steps and cover the shot. Because you want to shrink the court as small as possible. Right.
Ben has keep adding that.
But again, Ben Johns never does that shot, so he probably never did a shot again.
When they had to have it.
I feel like he doesn't split step. I guess he does, but it doesn't. So like he does split step, but like he doesn't like push his weight like going this way. Like if I could draw an arrow, when you split step, you should be able to push off your feet and move like sideways, right? Like maybe I don't think it was that fast, but he should have enough reaction time too. We're just push your against your right foot and move left. But yeah, tough shot. Tough shot.
Right back to it. Klinger has been lights out. Forever etched in my mind with the sunglasses of
Something
CJ
that
Klinger when he won
might
the MVP and the title.
Yeah.
Season finale of Major League Bag and all.
Okay. This time it hits middle and a very aggressive dink. Yeah, aggressive drops are. So there's like two types of drops you can hit. I like to hit the like. If it's in front of you, I like to hit aggressive shot. If it's behind me, I like to hit a slice drop. When it's a slice, you get a lot of time, hang time to like get to the kitchen. But when it's aggressive, it hits more towards your opponent's feet, and they have to respect the shot. It's very nice drop. Backhand, middle, backhand. Yeah, I do like when Gabe Tardio uses his forehand to dink like this instead of using his backhand. Yeah, in that case, same thing. So if I go back here a little bit, not here, but yeah, good movement. Like instead of using his backhand, I like it when he uses forehand because it's just much more optimal and more consistent. Like you don't need to use backhand. Dylan Fraser also does the same thing. He doesn't use his backhand. It's all forehand on the right side. Yep, forehand. Yeah, unfortunate.
Just don't seem to
Doesn't
be
miss that
clicking.
usually.
Yeah, a couple of errors here for Ben that have irritated Ben, and JW plenty special stuff to give them this lead.
There's a slice drop, and it looks like it's a knife cutter too. Knife cutter drop where the opponent takes a step back, and that's to respect the shot. Love those drops, the knife cutters. Yeah, backhand. More slow pace this time. Goes for the 2E instead of a slice. This time this. Yeah, this one here. He goes for a peak, a ball when it's out the peak, and this type of shot, I had a hard time with, but I found out the secret to this shot is when you do a slice shot here with your back turned, you want to have your motion, your backhand hit higher, have a high arc instead of having a horizontal arc. You can see Ben Johns hits it with a high arc. He has his paddle higher, like at his shoulders, and that gets that ball shallow. Because if you do it horizontally, the ball is more horizontal, and your opponents are just gonna reach in and destroy it.
Off the tape again.
And that's
We're
unfortunate
tied
again.
up at 3.
And if you thought Ben was irritated before that rally, imagine what the M and
that's kind of
humanity being worn
crazy
out
how
with a
this
bunch of
happened.
these dinks, making Ben hit forehand dinks. They did that a lot against Staxford and Pat, making Ben hit forehand dinks. They did
This
that a
one
lot.
goes for a reset to this Johnson's favorite shot, backhand flick.
Staxford and Patrick win, and there's a popped up fourth that is just
Those shots are really nice. Where like it's like a decent reset, but like Johnson, if you're really good at your backhand and you have really good flick, like this is such a strong shot. Like you're kind of far away, you take a step in with your left foot, reach in, flick it. Your opponent has no choice but to protect his body, kind of.
Staxford and Patrick
And he goes right in the middle. So like
popped up fourth that is just eaten
another
alive.
underrated shot that not a lot of people do with their backhand.
Keep their foot on the gas.
Also a hard shot though.
For Johnson and Klinger, don't open the door for Ben Johns. That is the key.
There we go, knife cutter, no knife cutter.
But Ben possesses a tenacity and Game
CJ
Tardio, of
Klinger
course.
just misses a short hop.
But Ben possesses a tenacity. See. Second serve here for J.W. Johnson.
Why did he like
Serve here
flick
for
it like
J.W.
that? Looks
Johnson.
like he flicked it.
Wow, so a couple
Yikes.
very loose errors.
Like
for
normally when you do these like backhand returns, what I've learned from watch people play is that yes, you're supposed to stay low throughout the shot. You sort of bend your knees, have your right foot have a close stance, but it looks like you need to have your arc be upwards, like our upward swing, just to be safe. You know, like if you swing more horizontal, like you can see like Gabe Tardio's paddle is just horizontal and it's very short. I like it to be a little bit more like a little arc, so it's safe, and especially when you're stacking too, so you just have a lot of time to get to the kitchen.
Wow, so a couple very loose errors for
looks
Gabe.
Like they're getting
You don't see
pretty
much
destroyed.
frustration from him, but that was
A lot of mistakes. Aggressive drop to the guy coming kitchens. Again, like this is basically a free way to get the kitchen. Drop towards the person that's unstacking and it's aggressive. Ben John is not going to punish it. Like, no way. Yeah, backhand again. Probably speed it up soon. Nope. Yeah, very patient now. Patient thinking. Now, interesting how Tardio is starting to go for slice things, because normally he goes for these top spin things, but now he's slicing him. As in, this is more, so when you slice it, it's lower and harder to attack.
There it is. Johns rises to the occasion. And
Why did Johnson go for scorpion? I don't understand. Not backhand? Wow. I mean, not a bad scorpion, but John's like reload is just, that's the one thing I've been trying to work on as well, is his reload is just so fast. After a backhand roll, like it's low to high, like, and like normally like when you do a backhand roll low to high, you expect to get punished, right? So you have to have a fast reload, right? And he does a very short contact backhand roll, and he's back to, yeah, just instant reload, like, yeah, crazy.
There it is. Johns rises to the occasion.
Not many people have this shot, or this.
On top of that.
I don't know if anybody has a shot.
Yeah, and Gabe's gonna have to figure it out.
Like that reload is so fast, crazy.
On the sideline, because Ben's not gonna be the rah partner.
Scoop shot, yep, beautiful. Nice. Me, I would attack the shot. Ben John's a better player. Just get it down. Like I would have just hit a hard shot towards CJ Klinger. Nope. Ben John's just go for a safe shot towards the feet. Another net. Another backhand. More. Okay. Mix it up a bit. Can't always go backhand all the time. A forehand, yeah. How do you win this stinky rally, right? Do you add pressure? Nice.
Tardio
Goes for a... Yeah, when you reach in like this, like CJ Klinger reaches very far in to just take away time. But pops it up just a little bit.
cleans it up.
It's the right shot by CJ Klinger, I would say, but I mean, you can always, like, I would say, why not just go cross court with this, right? I guess he's really trying to pressure Ben Johns.
Tardio cleans it up after his partner initiates.
Tough. I do want to see what would happen if that one bounced, but
5-5-1.
nice shot. There's a slice. Nice. One more. It's like a wall. It's like a wall. Like just watching this, just forehand. It's like he uses the like pushes it upwards with that open face paddle. Uh-oh. In trouble, yeah. And the moment I saw this here, like right in the middle too, it's just, yeah, that's tough.
And CJ is just relentless finding the left foot.
Reset.
Gabe Tardio cross court, and Ben has to honor down the line so he's not sticking his paddle.
Yeah,
in
one
there.
of Colin John's main strengths is that reset that he has. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like Jay Tarl's reset is not as good as Colin John's, but his offensive power is just much stronger. I mean, that's the balance. That's what happens.
Welcome you back to the action here. Second Grand Slam of 4 on story. CJ Klinger on the left, the red, 19 years old, alongside.
Yeah, I think Jay Tarl would just do well if he started practicing his fundamentals, such as like resetting.
Deep into the draw, but very few, I would think, predicted them in this final.
His attacks is amazing, but I think defensively he's just a little bit weak.
Hayden Patrick when Federico Staxrud win was the one that got everyone's attention.
Oh my god, another slice shot.
Just sat on the tape, one went each way.
Yeah, scoop dinks are pretty nice. When Ben Johns go for the scoop dink, it's really strong to go cross court with it because it's very low and it's like it travels pretty like aggressively as well. It goes at your feet. And it's pretty much like unattackable if you go cross court with it.
See Ben cut that one off that time. So there's that left foot of Gabe again and again.
Yeah, left foot is a big weakness for right side players. Just waiting for CJ Klinger's left foot. Yeah. Very safe. Very, very safe. Shallow dinks. Shallow dinks. He's just getting out dinked.
Johnson and Klinger inch ahead up by 1.
So you just keep grinding him back on that left foot and then
yeah, another I mean, I don't know how true this is, but Colin John's thinking was just so strong. Like when he did Colin Johns has this slice dink that like looks almost perfection. But when it comes to Tardio thinking, I just think it's like just not. It's not perfected, but you know it's strong, but not. It's solid, but not perfected. You know. Okay.
Maybe a little deeper in the court than
See if
Ben
he can
intended,
like
but
this,
still has the desire
get some points here. Drive. Slice. Yeah. Ooh, like here, like this one. Why does it look so weird here? Like he goes for here, he backs up, and it's like I think he like rises up with the shot. Like his body just rises up. He doesn't stay low throughout the shot, right? Like I think Colin Johns, if he does a slice shot, which is like signature slice dink, he stays low throughout the entire shot, and he comes back to the middle. Gaeta looks a little bit weird, like. I don't know. Yeah,
so that's a solution because these are getting deep in the kitchen each of it.
Yeah, another miss attack.
Wow.
Oh, I just sent that after a short hop. Yeah.
Wow, high to the middle and gets away with it.
Yeah, I think Klinger and Johnson are feeling a bit frisky because they're up 2 games.
Pretty good
and
from CJ.
like if they're down like a game or if it was like 1-1, I think they'd be more careful. But you know, the more you're out, the more frisky you can get with your shots, and the more aggressive you can get. Very momentum-based game.
They can off the tape.
Here we go. Yeah, just almost very close, very close.
Other side, this is when you got to get one or two more.
7-5-1.
Yeah, Ben Johnson never does that shot. I'm amazed he's.
Tell what the crowd wants. More pickleball.
They will.
Obviously.
Yeah, missed
Other
short
than
hop
the
again.
match coming up, they are going to be cheering for whoever's behind.
Yeah, short hop resets are probably the hardest shots you can
No
get.
way
You can get
cheering
used
for
to.
whoever's behind.
Goes for a backhand flick.
No way.
CJ
Wow.
Klinger did not look
So,
ready for that.
If you hold your paddle out in front of you and you rotate your body, guess what? The paddle ends up being parallel to the net, and you can make a shot like that. So that is a benefit of that paddle positioning.
Knife cutting
But
thing.
they were in
Slice
big trouble.
drop.
That was a great shot from J-Dub. Just got beat.
Nice. More 2B, please.
Another unforced error
Another
at the
one.
kitchen on a soft dink.
Yeah, I would love to see Johnson do more of these slice, two-hand dinks. But I know he's known for these one-hand slice dinks. Like he almost never misses that. Just just more aggressive and more mix-ups.
Another
Yeah,
unforced error
just
at the
another missed
kitchen on a
error.
5-7-2. Point.
The only thing with like two-y dinks is that if you've been playing for a long time, so in this case it's almost been 1 hour, like two-y dinks you need to like bend your knees very low and get low to the ground.
Top short of the kitchen to
Like
try
if
and
you're
play
tired,
defense, but could
I would say do
not.
one-hand slice. If you're trying to win points and be aggressive, then two-y dink is definitely better. Scoop shot again.
Side out.
play by J.W. Johnson.
Looks
Ben
like he's
Johns
giving
trying
up,
to
honestly. Like, didn't look that great of a.
Side out.
play by
The
J.W.
pace didn't look that
Johnson. Ben
fast.
Johns trying to catch him
It
out
didn't
of
look
position.
that
Never
fast
seems to be.
than a normal.
And
7-6-1.
It did look fast on the
was
replay,
full,
but
his
I
hands
don't
are
know.
so good.
Johnson's
He was leaning
crazy
forehand,
fast.
and then Gabe was ultimately the one that got fooled.
Yeah, the beautiful reset.
Oh my, so compact, but it's called deep by Ben Johns.
Made the
like
hard
that
ones
2E.
there, and then had a great look to smash.
That's also one of the things that
So
I think.
compact, but it's called deep.
So it comes to the forehand here. This is the type of shot where you need to have a 2E ready for the guard your line here. So if it comes like line, you can't do it with one hand because like you're gonna have to reach out far, and Tardio knows that, right? And Johnson knows that, so that's why he has a 2E ready for this shot.
Oh my, so compact, but it's called deep.
And then had a great look to smash that through the middle.
7-6-2.
Just got
he
too
was on
much
it.
of it.
So on it.
I'll recall. 7-6-2.
Okay. If you guys watched the Ben Johns video from Josh at Pickleball, this is the shot that you might have seen, the fourth shot, mastering the fourth shot off the bounce. Exactly what you see here. Steps a little bit back off the peak, does a little like elbow thing, and elbow arms go straight up. Just like the YouTube video. Wow, can't believe they lost
Another
that.
miss. 8-6.
Like very strong fourth shot. Like this is so strong. But CJ Klinger is able to kill the pace on that. So good by CJ Klinger.
Wow. Another miss.
Like most players already lost this fourth shot. A lot of like
3 points.
five
The
was
upset
I would
is
say
theirs.
probably lose that shot.
Side out.
CJ,
What happened here? Just a little bit high. Johnson drives again. Just a little bit high again.
CJ's looking back behind him. That
And everything
ball's
that
well in,
Johnson's
but,
just work on the drive just a little bit better. Try to like, he goes for a semi-open. It's a bit high. Yeah, it's a bit high.
Boy, that's a chance to get to 9.
6-8-1.
Yeah, that one, see, that one goes like just straight up. Like this drive here, like not even, no way it's high, right? Not even close. Like right above the net, I think. Almost right above the net. CJ already preemptively moving to the forehand. I wonder if CJ mostly does forehand short hops when he thinks.
Lobs up.
First lob I've seen, wow. And they're gonna get back.
And brings it back up to the kitchen, lob back. Oh, Ernie. Goes for broke, it's in!
Oh my goodness.
J.W. Johnson shovels it down the line.
And CJ Klinger is loving it, and so...
Yeah, that's a great defensive Ernie. A defense on Ernie.
And it's crazy with Klinger. He's like, you know what? You just lobbed. I think I would like to try one. Short hop up in the air.
That was great defense.
Bonkers defense after that, and then what a shot from J.W. Johnson, who has been sensational.
A lot of enforced errors I never seen from Ben Johns. It must be like mentally tough to be down 2 games and just lost it at a point that you should have won no matter what. And you go for a third shot drive and it's out. It's like that's so.
That's what joy looks like.
Yes.
And it brings
it's mentally
at
tough.
every level of our sport.
There it is. That's a much better drive.
Gabe Tardio goes for broke through the middle. They knew something creative.
Yeah, this is like a 4th shot. Look, 6. I think it's 6th shot actually. Goes for. Doesn't look like the one that the Ben Johns video does. This is more flickish. So the one that when you watch the Ben Johns video, it's more like a roll, pacey roll. Tardio does a more flick shot on the off the bounce.
Goes for broke through the middle. They knew something creative
Both
was
are
coming.
very valid.
Could not be denied.
One is a little bit more risky. I would say the flick is a little more risky. But oh my god!
Wow.
Could that point have repercussions? We'll watch this service possession here for Johnson. Tardio, is that the slight opening that they need to come back in the match?
Yeah. No more enforced errors from here on out. Yeah, shallow things.
Out wide, defended. Off the angle, ATP. Gabe Tardio gets
some radio luck out there.
ATP on one side to been doing recently. He's trying to
that's just great ATP and ATP from both sides.
What a move by Gabe Tardio. Chance to tie it here at 8. Skipper off the tape.
Yeah, Johnson handled this like drop shot pretty easily. The one that goes you step back for your backhand, and if it's a little bit high, you're dead. But yeah,
Skipper off the tape.
I think Johnson was actually a little bit scared that he popped it out a little bit because he kind of.
Skipper off the.
Let me see if he gets it. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay. A lot of out the air shots from CJ Klinger. If you're tall, you should be abusing your height to take the balls out the air as much as possible. Could speed it up here. Doesn't speed it up. Yeah, a lot of pressure. Like the way CJ Klinger thinks, I kind of get what he does. He doesn't want to give up the kitchen at all. It's mostly like just short hops and taking balls out the air. That's like his game plan. Very kitchen oriented game. Like doesn't want to give up the kitchen at all. Yeah, he's not gonna give up the kitchen. Even short hops the forehand think. And no one's giving up this kitchen.
Tardio goes for it, leans in to take it.
Very different idea from the Johnson Cola video where he teaches you to try to take the ball off the peak so you can get more pace, more aggressive shot. But don't, if you do that shot, you kind of give up the kitchen, but you're trying to win the dink rally. But yeah, these guys are just wants to be at the kitchen as much as possible.
Tardio goes for it, leans in to take it. It's deep.
And that's a very valid strategy, honestly.
That's what you want. You just love for him to make
very
it.
Valid strategy.
So, another grindy opportunity.
If you guys, if the team, so in this case, CJ Klinger and Johnson are both tall guys. I can see why they don't want to give the kitchen because it's just very, very scary if they're both leaning in.
Klinger.
Yeah, just like crazy, right?
Klinger proving problematic.
Okay, let's see here what happens.
Yes. And the ice demeanor is actually a big benefit of that.
It should win this one, no?
Is actually
I feel like you could have hit that pretty. Goes for a safe play here. I feel like it's high enough where Johnson would have got crushed by the shot. No? Like he goes for a chariot whip that is very top spin and very pacey, but I feel like Johnson would have got crushed by the shot because it's a little bit high. No? I don't know. Anyways, back thinking. Yeah, Gabe Tardio not even going for like all his strengths about all these aggressive shots. No more, just thinking. Just this is what Colin Johns would have been doing, but better, right?
I mean, the same
no more
all day long. CJ hasn't run anything up Ben's line. I'm surprised he hasn't all day long.
One of the big reasons why Gabe Tardio is like thinking is because they're thinking CJ Klinger is smart to think towards Tardio's left foot, meaning there's no like you're not speeding this shot up, right? There's no angle here, and it's too small.
I mean, line. I'm
it's too low.
surprised he hasn't just said I've seen enough of this because it's to his right. It's his forehand.
Yeah, I need to figure out the big weakness.
Oh,
wow.
Oh god, okay, yeah.
And Klinger
is over.
10-7-1.
Let's see how to end this. Drive poach.
Oh, Tardio
Alright,
pulls
yeah,
it
I
off
think just gave up, I think.
and he's there and finishes it out. A 3
Yeah, no, I'm
sweep. Cinderella.
yeah, Johnson and Klinger definitely the better team here. I can see exactly why they beat John's Tardio. Just watching this game 3, they targeted Tardio's left foot, and when he targets Tardio's left foot, he has no offensive attacks. He can't really speed up with his forehand, because if Tardio were to speed up those balls at his left foot, they're gonna get crushed, right? So, and yeah, that was honestly pretty good set to watch. I think Johnson and Klinger really exposed their weaknesses, and yeah, I'm curious to see what happens next. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that entire set. Yeah, have a good one. Later.